Now we have somebody else who's going to say a few words. Brian, you want to come up?
Hello again. Back in September of 2015, I discovered Sam Cowan's small press Dim Shores. They had just released a second edition of Scott Nicolai's novella After, and I was not going to let it slip through my hands. While I saved up some money, I did a little research on Dim Shores and chapbooks. As I did this, I discovered that the second edition of their previous chapbook, Rangel, was still in stock. I had never heard of this Matthew M. Bartlett fellow who had written it, but I loved Aaron Alfre's art, and the Goodreads reviews were pretty favorable. I bought After, but I also bought Rangel just out of sheer curiosity. Well, the package from Dim Shores arrived, and I debated over which one to start with. I picked Rangel. Why? Because it was shorter. Immature, I know, but it's the truth. I started on Rangel immediately. And unusually for me at that time, I finished the book in a day. It was compulsively readable. The crisp, to-the-point sentences carried you along the page before blooming into eloquently written descriptions of grisly phenomena. And I had never read anything like it. Up until then, I had mainly been reading Lovecraft and Poe with occasional delves into Nadia Bolkin and Nathan Ballingood. Rangel was unnatural, an understatement really. It didn't require an explanation. It started out with restraint before spiraling into a literal parade of grotesque and weird imagery. Another strength was how, particularly towards its climax, it managed to hint at so much more. It felt like I had been hit by a car. Well, I was sold. I talked to Sam Cowan about it via Facebook Messenger, describing it as, all caps, excellent. As we chatted, he said, "That Bartlett is onto something special. Have you read Gateways to Abomination?" Of course I hadn't. "You definitely want to read Gateways. Any Bartlett's good, but the sum total of that book is especially powerful." I didn't get to Gateways until December, ironically, but when I did finally read it, I was floored. It was even better than Rangel. The thing about Matt's stories is that they really have an effect on you. These effects will vary from person to person, but to me, they make me feel like I've done something horrible, something unspeakable, unforgivable. He invokes various emotions to make the reader feel that way. He utilizes disgust, pathos, but perhaps most disturbingly, he uses humor. And let me tell you, it's an unnerving experience when you've just read something unspeakably nasty and you find yourself laughing at it. But most of all, he invokes fear. He makes you feel ungrounded, makes you feel like you're completely alone in a strange place where all emotions and thoughts and memories are a dizzying blur. You'll laugh and you'll cry and you'll feel guilty about laughing and crying, but there's no escaping the endless warp of surrealism. Grotesque images will parade before you and you will want to both run away and join in. No artist has ever evoked all of that emotion in me at once. No artist has ever made me feel so ungrounded. Matt is my favorite writer, living or dead, and his broadcasts will echo down through the generations. Matt, I want to personally say that I'm grateful that I got to meet you here today. I want to congratulate you on being the guest of honor at KrallCon, and most of all, I want to thank you for the privilege of letting us all tune in to WS.
Thank you, Brian, again. You did a better job than I did. I think next year you'll have my job.